up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Caged Review. My name is Kevin Chackwitz, and I'm going to review WWE Raw for July 9th, 2018. And, sadly to say, I actually did watch it on TV this time. I swore off giving them any of my money or ratings. This was just a matter of convenience because I'm pet sitting and I don't want to have to multitask, especially after being so late with everything lately. So we start off right where we left off last week. Roman Reigns in the ring with Bobby Lashley. And just before, let me not get ahead of myself here. Backstage, you see Roman Reigns walking toward the ring, and Bobby Lashley stops him just at the gorilla position, and he's like, "Please call me out. I want you to." Blah blah blah. So they go in ring. Roman Reigns immediately calls him out. Bobby Lashley goes to the ring. Kurt Angle's music hits. He's like, "This ain't gonna happen. I want you guys to save it for the pay-per-view." And neither one of them listen to Kurt Angle, and they start fighting in the ring. And this is the build for shit that you want to have. This is the type of thing you want to see happen to get people invested in a match. And it should not happen one time just before the pay-per-view. This was actually a good opening. And I'm not a big fan of Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. I'm not a big fan of, right now, either of them as a character. I think WWE really fucked up Bobby Lashley coming back. And I think that Roman Reigns is, is dead in the water. There's no point in pushing him anymore. But of course, they're still going to. So it was really, really nice, honestly. This fight that they started, they pulled out a lot of wrestlers from the locker room, and it was cool because it didn't really stop anything from happening. They kept going head to head with each other. They'd break free, go head to head for a few minutes. Bobby Lashley got a hell of a fucking clothesline, I guess it was, on Roman Reigns outside the ring. Nasty hit. I really liked that one. And then Roman Reigns did a pretty cool, dive over the top rope. So that was cool. And it made both of them look strong. Of course, they're going to make Roman Reigns look strong, but I'm glad they made Lashley look strong too, because, come on, the dude's legit huge and an actual MMA fighter. So it was really cool. It was really chaotic. It was a cool fight scene to begin the show. This is what they need to do all the time, and they don't do it. And as that's ending, you get this really cheesy Mickie James, Alexa Bliss promo backstage, like, "Oh my God, that's insane. It's chaos." And then they're, it's nothing like the chaos we're about to do to Natalya and Nia Jax. So they kind of ruined that first moment with that stupid ass promo. Fucking leave that promo out. Nobody cares. So that goes directly into Nia Jax and Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Basic match, nothing spectacular about it. The big thing is Nia Jax and Natalya win because Alexa Bliss grabs a kendo stick and starts wearing out Nia Jax. This is supposed to set up, I guess it's actually an Extreme Rules match at Extreme Rules. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. So she lays into Nia Jax a few times. Nia finally catches the kendo stick in her arm, and then Alexa hightails it out. Charlie interviews Nia backstage. Nia Jax says, come Extreme Rules, that she can do whatever she wants to Alexa Bliss, and that she's coming back with the title. Backstage after that, you get Kevin Owens, Kurt Angle segment. Owens has brought this doctor's note where he's supposed to not be able to compete, and Kurt Angle has to put up with Kevin Owens all night because Owens has decided to park himself in Angle's office. You finally get a match between Mojo Rawley and No Way Jose after that. They've been doing a whole lot of no build-up for the last couple of weeks. And they finally get the match. Kind of awkward in ways. Definitely not the best match that I've seen. Mojo gets away with the win. with actually a pretty cool finisher. Had this nice power bomb from the top, like a shoulder power bomb. That was cool. Bailey and Sasha after that are in a therapy session. They have a new counselor this week. I guess WWE got a lot of shit for what I said was one of the most tragic segments they've had in a long time, because Sasha Banks and Bailey just cannot sell themselves in comedy bits, and it wasn't working. They, were trying to do basically the Team Hell No thing with Bailey and Sasha, and it just wasn't working. And it was terrible. And so they went the more serious route this week. They have a new counselor, no comedy, and a From the Heart promo from Bailey to start things off. It was pretty short. Not terribly significant, but a lot better than last week with that bullshit comedy segment they tried. Like, the comedy has just failed with WWE, and I think they're realizing that there's just something they're missing the mark on. So at least they figured that out. Backstage, an absolutely pointless segment with Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins. Literally no point to it. Jinder trying to get Seth to find his zen. Whatever, it was stupid. And then you get Seth Rollins in-ring promo. Of course, interrupted by Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre because, they got the match coming up Sunday, the 30-minute Iron Man match between Dolph and Seth. And Drew McIntyre challenges Seth Rollins to a match because Seth Rollins just keeps cutting down Dolph and Drew. And it actually, honestly, has some pretty good ribs. I think Seth Rollins would be a better writer than the writers. I really like some of his shit. So that was cool. So, you got a match between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre later. Then you get a B-Team in-ring promo. And I've said the past few weeks that I think, Dallas and Axel, they're at least trying to be more entertaining. And I think it's working. So if you can improve on anything, hey, good for you. Bo Dallas and Matt Hardy have a match. And there's a little chaos outside of the ring. Curtis Axel and Bray Wyatt get involved. He's back. And Bo Dallas catches Hardy by surprise and gets the win. And then after the match, both Hardy and Wyatt run back into the ring and perform a finisher on the B team, and there you go. Interview from Renee to Bobby Lashley backstage. Bobby Lashley, I don't know, man. I'm still waiting on the good promos that he's had in other places. Like I said, I just feel like they've killed his character in WWE already. Ever since that sister bit, I just can't get over it. So, usual bullshit. He's going to beat Roman Reigns. Nobody cares. Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, and Tyler Breeze in another stupid-ass segment after that, where Tyler Breeze, part of the Fashion Police, Fandango is out in an injury. He injured his shoulder. So they have to figure out something for Tyler Breeze. Not that they used him much anyway. But he gives Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, these fucking stupid-ass Breezango t-shirts. Of course, those two girls rip up the t-shirts and say, we just create chaos. And it was pointless. Absolutely pointless. Alexa Bliss has an iPhone promo after that. Again, not much of importance there. Then you get Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. Good match. It was a good match last week. As a matter of fact, I think I said it was the best match of last week because I really hated last week's show. And it was pretty good this week too. I gotta say, I like these two girls together. Ember Moon definitely shows me something in the ring, and Liv Morgan is definitely improving and trying her heart out, you can tell. So, but at the end of the day, Ember Moon comes up with the win. I did not mind that because Ember Moon, she's new, she's strong, she needs to be booked strong. Liv Morgan, I think, will have her day. So after that, Renee interviews Finn Balor and Bobby Roode in the back, and they're just saying about they're going to have a match with Elias and Baron Corbin, and, it's going to be glorious, and they're going to win, and blah, blah, blah. Finn Balor talking about he may be smaller, but he's twice the man Baron Corbin is. Basic bullshit. Nothing special there. Then you get a backstage office bit, Kurt Angle, Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre. Kurt Angle tells Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre if McIntyre doesn't win, he's not allowed at ringside Sunday. Well, okay. We kind of figured there'd be some stipulation there. Then you get the Elias Baron Corbin match versus Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. Decent match for what it was. Not great. No standout moments. I mean, I honestly hate that they're booking Baron Corbin so strong, because he's not that good. He has no personality, and he's just not good in the ring. He's not. It's another fucking guy that I don't know why he's getting pushed. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. But Baron Corbin goes over on Bobby Roode. I kind of figured that would happen. Nothing surprising and quite disappointing. I expect to be disappointed by WWE at this point, especially on Raw. Renee interviews Roman Reigns. Same bullshit as Bobby Lashley. He's going to beat Bobby Sunday. Nobody cares. Then you get the match of the evening, Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. It's the main event, and it was a pretty damn good match. Seth Rollins is just good at anything he does, and I really do see improvement. You know, I paid attention to this match in particular because I keep talking up Drew McIntyre because I think he's got a really great build now. He's got a great look. And I've been saying that I think he's improved in the ring, and so I really wanted to see if he has improved in the ring, and he has. I mean, he really had some great timing, and he had some great moments as far as character in the match too. So I like that. And at the end, of course, you know, heel Ziggler is going to get involved. There's no DQ though, and Drew McIntyre picks up the win because Seth Rollins was distracted. So they are actually giving Drew McIntyre a push, which I think is fucking great. I think he deserves it. Absolutely deserves it. He has busted his ass to get back to where he is, and it would be an absolute fucking shame for him to not get anything out of it. So I'm very happy that he's at least getting his moment in the sun. Hopefully they do something with it. So Drew McIntyre takes the win over Seth Rollins. It's off the distraction, of course, but they're a heel team. What do you expect? And that's Raw. So it was better than last week. It was, I don't want to say a lot better, because there were things that I really didn't care about and things that were not good. Mojo Rawley, No Way Jose did not impress me. Bayley, Sasha Banks had a couple of moments there, and, you know, they were there. Ember Moon Liv Morgan was good. McIntyre Rollins was good. Elias Baron Corbin versus Balor and Roode honestly was not nearly as good as it could have been, but I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. We all know this. So I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I'll let it be halfway this week. It wasn't terrible, it wasn't horrible, but there were things that I did like about it. Now there are obviously things that I did not like about it, but that's just to be expected with WWE nowadays. I don't expect them to floor me with anything, because they have not in a while. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review of Raw for July 9th. If you enjoyed the review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Of course, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. My name is Kevin Jackwitz, Cage Nation out.